When you get married, or when you are getting married, do not be driven by sexual feelings.
Say calling a spade, we call a spade when we know that it is a X and Y who are here as husband and wife.
When you die, what would you like your wife to tell the mourners, the good things about you?
Building and strengthening of family relationships is now one of the key areas of focus by the Christian ambassadors of Uganda. The Catholic faithfuls in their club are believing that if the church puts much attention on building family relationships, it will propagate a peaceful community that bears the fruits of love, peace and economic stability. Meanwhile, the will of God is being fulfilled.
This time around, we thought it very important to invite young couples for a special retreat. And the purpose of this retreat is to bring young couples on board that they are able to sustain their first love. What we got to realize in the community is that when people get married, in the beginning, marriage is sweet. But after some time, marriage loses taste. And people begin seeing marriage as a burden, as a mistake that someone made in life. Many young people today have married, but their marriage is now shaky. If you compare, there are very many divorces that are coming. There are very many ladies that are called the comebacks in the villages. People get married, after some time, they abandon the marriage, they go and leave children suffering. So there are three key things that prompted us to organize this conference. One is that we intend, being aware that the family is the first church. So we intend to plant the first love in the family and to sustain it among these young couples. And this is the first thing that made us to organize this conference. We want the family to grow in love. We want children to be raised in love. We don't want children to be produced and raised with only a single parent. Secondly, the kingdom of darkness is targeting the family. When we talk about abortions, when we talk about the use of contraceptives, when we talk about divorce, when we talk about homosexuality or LGBT in general, the target is on the family, destroying the family. So we organize this conference that the couples will get to realize the benefit of being together, but also in order to be able to maintain the intention of God creating man. Because God created a man and a woman to be together. But today, the enemy is attacking the family. Many families are getting broken. Many children are being raised by single parents. And these kind of things affect the church in general, and also the community in general. Because when the family is not stable, the church is not stable, the community is not stable, and the state in general is not stable.
The pilot program for this mission was conducted this year between the 27th and 29th of July 2023 by convening the Young Couples Conference held at Soroti Catholic Diocese Youth Center that saw hundreds of couples flocking up, a sign that the family is really on fire.
All along we have been bringing youth for their conference, but we are bringing all of them. This time we are singling out those who are married. Now, whether you are wedded or not wedded, but provided you are staying with somebody's daughter in the house or somebody's son, we consider it to be married. Whether you have paid the dowry or not, those are cultural issues, but why are you staying in this house? So we are bringing all of them together. We want to share with them their concerns about their marriage. How are they finding a marriage life? Because others are still going there. Others, those who are there, what's the joy of being married? And those who are going there, what ought they to know as they go there? We are going to bring counselors, marriage counselors, who will now speak to them about marriage issues, how they ought to handle themselves in their marriage. The other of December, which brings all the youth, there's no time we will talk about marital issues, because people are mixed up. There are young ones and there are those who are yet discovering the world. But now, since you are there, we want to talk about your issue, so that if you missed, say calling a spade, we call a spade when we know that it is a X and Y who are here as husband and wife.
A team of the caring adults prepared the minds of the couples, mending broken relationships to amplify the true role of the meaning of love in families.
ni kama narake dikalia kosi epone lweda dikalia kwa pe ikalia ipua munaros na remba mashisho ne dumu ne iso konyi jaisho ne kwane jaiso kedangi setene je e bala ebe ara tijo pedora bongora dishar bobo kwa kolo ige unajo tiji pedo boba duko kina tungana na ngonli jari je kilo kiti ngonli jari jo e balangi setene be ara tijo pere duko kin kere e tungana na ngon bobo biai inyobo ajo kisongu no bujo duma ne je tungana na ngi dara mamje beita duko kin kere ngesi bobo nyobo ibore ngine ni wanyu tijo yene rono o mama ke
wapango mamnga bongori boran mamnga bongora paka gawni gewna sa duko ne mama ina paki ja utakara krisana kere e uria to ni doa wa irisi joidari boy bo bunyo kede ya urunu bongni joidari bobi fujo badolo bongi na bobo joidari joy sipore anyobo bajala kajoke di wedoji dari de nyongo mambo ngabongu kwa kamba awaika mambe ngabongori nare berage oneta kadikini ni kilo to karlu kumini yari toni lolo mama ngabongoro ke konyi urte se do ikan anu nyina ina ngata kadikini kwae ye kilo kitado muna cheberu e bunyangi na ne buna agwela nyamata luore agwela rakine nuore agwela riboro ilmuni esomero le dwe mami ngara kiti esomero obuna bunga yo esa bala renga ngoda mamba bongoro dukoni kaya ngobere mama abongoro bobongi na nara ni jari jongi ni sarat le muje jo chepa ki jonge selimo no binyame ngobuka pai ka doja nyamar jaba ka jikungo keke kije kungo doja lo mari ngino limote bobongore obonguni yore moyo be pone opon mama ngabongori abongoro dukoni ngo nara na jar bere ngokede ngesi o masi o bonguni e bungango ake sama mat ele abu cheni ngamambo ngabongori engo mama bongoro duko nengo nare na soditi spaka ger na ya na ngbe gwela tornga pole kada peti enera imoro toko kape kilo keda bero mamsi more lo samoro kedi ke uria yesu ngabongora abero no buka to kika dwe and there are some names which make your sexual drive go down. Imami, how do you call your wife Imami? No way, you don't know in the man. Within a short time, Jolly your nekodo. Kachumbala, all right. I'm all about to make a living mommy. So, Ikilio, wherever you are, endeavor to introduce your wife to people, to your relatives, to your friends. Be mama put in a bone, open market and I beru. Agora vida jadi, obia itelo kwa ni jonyo, itunga. Ito dia di jodoh tunga. Pubi obia. So, ara mami ito dia tunga, ngawe beda to dia. Ngawe to dia rio tunga, ara ko to dia. Polo kebe kana la bakare. Dua ya tawang ina, polo kebe ara na to mena ya ko di konai. Ne chai. Ara mamu yo na jabala charo kalu chetonga. Two. A man must protect. Smartness is very important in marriage. Ikan pun itu bukan kerja. Ina nandara na kita cakap. Ina nandara wira kita. Egir kamu lalu itu. Inci tunga jaje. Ereklo itafuta gwili gwende leto dupe kiloid. Icho jane wile gwela mecho. Konya beru. Loda ko. Okwe. Aleso la peche kiniji yake. Leso me ame wa mero miecha.
Uganda experiences several cases of domestic and gender-based violence, rising from higher poverty levels, literacy and early marriages. In this case, most of the women who attended this conference unveiled their misery of marriage.
My name is Alero Rita. I come from Army. I conceived when I was at school. And the man said, me, I'm not ready, just abort. But I told him, me, I'm not going to abort, but I will just enjoy the situation. Now he told me that it's upon you. For me, I don't have money for that. I struggle alone up to now.
My name is Achumo Tede. I come from Kapelegian district, Alalar village.
What causes gender-based violence commonly begins from if the spirituality of the family is lost, violence comes in immediately. And also if the economic aspect of the family is down, domestic violence prompts in, because a poor person does not want to be reminded of his responsibility. And a poor person, whenever you ask for something, just bursts on you. That's why we say we must empower the family, both spiritually and economically. This is why we are organizing this program, because also part of these sessions, we are going to bring an element of economic empowerment, planning together for the family. This is very sensitive.
My name is Mwalimu Aquinas, and here at the youth center, Shalom Youth Center, Kisimine, we have been having couples, young, medium, and old. They are here, and we have been dealing with the aspects of, can we go back to the first love? Can we go through step by step? What do marriages go through step by step? And eventually, we will be closing tomorrow by aspects of infertility. Right now, it's the biggest problem. You just realize that the man is no longer working. What has happened? So these are things we are going to deal with. But particularly right now, we are dealing with the group work. One side, we have the men. On the other side, we have the women. We have asked the men to give us an answers on this question, that on your funeral, when you die, what would you like your wife to tell the mourners, the good things about you? And I'm telling you, the men are talking. The men are talking. They say, I want my woman to do this. I want my wife to say this. Very good things. And we have told them that those very things you have said, please go back and do them. But don't tell her to say them, so that the family will build up. On the side of the women, we have asked them to tell us, assuming all things have collapsed, will you, and then God says that, okay, pick a man of your choice and marry. Will you pick the same man you are married to now? And I am telling you, a very big percentage is saying, I think I can have a better choice now. So these are things that will help us to dip into the ground and know that, okay, so why? What are the reasons? Those reasons that they are giving are the ones that we would like to share together when we come together now. Then the men will listen, that they are not actually going to get the same women. And they will also be able to realize the issues that they have been going through, that nobody has told them, but this conference has unveiled them. So you find that the answers of the women and the answers of the men are going to come together, and the two will learn together and go back home happy.
The Creation Ambassadors of Uganda have now cultivated a need of building families as one of their top priorities. The family conferences shall now become the culture in the Catholic Diocese of Soroti and shall be facilitated by the Creation Ambassadors annually, as they believe that the strong hand from the Kolbe Center for the Study of Creation continues to push them financially, emotionally, as they build families into powerful institutions of God.